When faced with violent encounters, domestic violence victims desperately seek and need a safe space. For relief services across our state, providing it is getting harder to do.
Tonight in the 2 News Investigates report, Jamie McGriff joins us to explain why this is the case.
Well, as you'll hear, those who are providing help need help too. And some of the ones at our state's capital who can step in to provide adequate funding, many believe have dropped the ball.
Now. Put your hands up.
For nearly 40 years, thousands of victims of physical or sexual violence have turned to the Refuge Utah for help.
I felt like I didn't deserve it.
Including Lindsay Hackford, a domestic violence survivor of Spanish Fork. She, with her 3 children, received housing assistance and escaped her abusive husband.
And that was huge to me being successful because it helped me regain the confidence in being a mom and being my own adult. And I still attribute them and my victim's advocate to the 2 things that made me successful in leaving him and staying gone.
We've consistently seen an increase, especially in the crisis calls that we're getting and people looking for help.
I met Ashley Taylor, Executive Director for the Refuge Utah.
Discussing domestic violence, is that taboo in Utah?
I think for a while it was. I think more and more there's more greater awareness around it. We have Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The governor signed a declaration that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Utah.
But lawmakers did not prioritize domestic violence funding during the 2025 legislative session. Millions of dollars in cuts or reduced funding impacted various programs and initiatives designed to help victims.
I just want my kids and I want to leave. I don't want to be.
Like Lindsay.
I'm terrified. I'm so scared.
I passed a bill 2 years ago.
2 lawmakers earlier this year told 2 News that was unacceptable.
If the shelters are just saying, sorry, we're full, that's a failure, and I do feel partially responsible for that. We had a tight budget year, and then at the end of the session it got much tighter because about $100 million that we were counting on spending all of a sudden disappeared.
I don't know what pulled the funding toward the end of the budget process, but I'm going to find out. I do think that we should prioritize domestic violence funding because it is a significant problem.
Services like the Refuge Utah are now operating with less funding and the crippling need for more space.
For us, unfortunately, especially for our emergency shelter side, we have the same emergency shelter that we've had this whole time, and we have 25 beds.
25 beds, but then how many more need the beds?
Right. Last year we had over 450 requests for shelter that we couldn't fill because our facilities were full.
So the funding is not where it needs to be for you all to meet the growing need for victims.
Especially in Utah County, our population is growing daily. And we've seen since we've existed, we opened up in 1984, and since then the population in our area has tripled.
Taylor says those emergency beds cover Utah and Juab counties. According to the 2024 U.S. Census Bureau, Utah County alone has approximately 750,000 people, and Juab County roughly 13,000.
So how do we help keep up with that need and keep increasing to meet the needs of the community when the funding is not always increasing?
The Refuge Utah says that it's coming up with creative ways to raise money. Ashley noted that the dedicated volunteers are crucial in helping to keep operations going strong. If you would like to help through donating time or money, be sure to look for this story on our website, KUTV.com. And also, if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, help is available. The number is on your screen that you can call. Jamie McGriff, KUTV 2 News.
Jamie, thank you.